Hello and welcome to Current Affairs on JTV. My guest today is Dr. Ghada Karmi, a leading Palestinian activist, academic, writer and BDS campaigner. She is a research fellow of the Institute of Arab and Islamic Studies at the University of Exeter and is also formerly a vice chair of the Council for Arab-British Understanding. Dr. Karmi, thank you very much for joining me here today. Let's start with the basics so that viewers at home can understand some of your positions. Do you believe that the State of Israel has the right to exist in its current form?
The short answer is no.
Why?
It does not have the right to exist for two reasons. First of all, no state has the right to exist. Britain exists, doesn't have the right to exist. It's not a notion which people use with regard to any state in the world except Israel.
Are you in a sense saying 19th century European Jews are not the descendants of those people who were expelled?
That is precisely what I'm saying.
Who are they then?
Converts.
Converts?
They're converts. They're the children, descendants of converts. The fact is, it's not about ideal solutions. It's about the fact that Israel has not made it possible to have two-state solution. Even supposing, look, supposing I'm not a supporter of the two-state solution, as I've made clear. But supposing I were, Israel has foreclosed that option. There is no way we can have a two-state solution because Israel doesn't allow it.
Why is that?
Well, because it's colonized most of the West Bank, because Israel isn't moving out of Palestinian territory. Israel is consolidating its hold on Palestinian land.
You can have any agreement you want if you just agree to it. So in the sense, I don't mean you personally, I mean in general.
Yes.
If two sides sit down,
yes,
any agreement they want could, at a stroke of a pen, happen. So let's just take your example. You're saying Israel is colonizing the West Bank. I presume you're meaning the settlements of this context.
Of course, yes.
Right. So let's imagine that there was a discussion between the Israelis and the Palestinians where both sides agreed the settlements will be withdrawn from X, Y, Z places and Palestinians will take over. Do you not think that's possible?
No, it's
Why?
not, because you tell me, when has Israel offered to leave? When has it left anything?
But we know of all we've seen all the various peace negotiations since '94, whether it is at Taba or at Camp David or at the Olmert Plan, where plans are put down saying the Israelis are happy to leave, and all that's missing is a Palestinian... Well, hang on.
But they haven't left.
But forgive me, Dr. Karmi, it needs, surely, for them to leave, it needs the other side to sign on to the agreement to say, fine, these are the terms, both sides have agreed it, now you fulfill your bit, leaving, and we'll fulfill ours. Why would the Israelis unilaterally leave before the Palestinians sign a document saying they agree to those terms?
Yeah, I have to tell you, I'm finding this conversation between us very difficult. I tell you why. Because there are facts which are simply ignored and glossed over, I'm afraid, by your side. And it's impossible to keep saying, no, it's not this, and no, it's not that. The reality is, let's try and put this up, because I'm concerned with the viewers, really. Look, the reality is that Israel is very powerful and the Palestinians are very weak. Israel is in occupation of Palestinian land. Israel is able to, not only able, but it has been, its occupation of Palestinian territories has been condemned by the United Nations. It is illegal. It is against international law. They are the ones who have to leave. They have shown no inclination to leave. They have, on the contrary, increased their settlements. They increased them even as we're speaking. Now, in a situation like this, why do you want to turn the discussion into one where the weak party, the colonized party, the occupied party, that is the Palestinians, are the ones who are apparently in control of this process?
Well, forgive me, in a negotiation, there are two sides. If you're saying the Israelis are constantly colonizing, and an agreement is signed where the Israelis agree to decolonize, if that's the case, if that's how you want to look at it, what is to stop the Palestinians from signing that agreement, getting rid of the Israelis who have colonized? Because that's what the agreements in the past have allowed for.
There has never been an agreement that Israel has agreed to. Look,
plan,
no, there
Camp
really
David,
hasn't.
Taba.
No,
In
in
what
what sense they're using
So
it.
do you think, let's put it another way then, do you think the Israelis are committing a campaign of genocide against the Palestinians?
I have to tell you, in Gaza, yes, it has crossed my mind more than once. In Gaza.
On what basis? On what basis?
On
do
the
you say
basis that these people are starved, they have very little fuel, their water is polluted, they're not allowed to leave, disease is rife, malnutrition, the percentage of malnourished people is very high. I don't know what you would call it. I call it
genocide?
Some people have certainly used it. It has crossed my mind, yes.
So
It has.
you're saying essentially that the Israelis are engaged in a deliberate campaign to kill Palestinians. That's what genocide is.
I don't know what they're doing. All I can tell you is, I don't know what's in their minds. All I can tell you is the effect of their actions is genocidal. Yes.
Right. Dr. Karmi, I think we've run out of time.
To stay up to date with the latest JTV content, if you're on YouTube, click subscribe below the video and the alarm bell. And if you're on Facebook, click the like button, and under following, click see first.